Hello Taggers, it's Mad and welcome back to another premium vid, and today we're going to be looking at the latest of the Dark Horse comic tanks. This is the Tier 6 premium British heavy tank, British Bulldog. You probably already know it as the Churchill VII, and it's back in the game as a premium with a funky paint job, stuff like that, and British Bulldog written on the side. It's not quite the same as your regular Tech Tree Churchill VII. Like with most premium tanks, they're not quite as good as the Tech Tree tank. Well, maybe not the Knight anyway, but this one, yeah, it's kind of a mixed bag. But I had some fun actually. If you're after speed, probably not for you. But if you're after armour, do you know what? The Churchill VII, I've just got my 3-year bloody badge thing to go on all my tanks, and the British Heavies was one of the first lines I did. And I was probably past this tank during the beta test, so I'd not played a Churchill VII for nearly 3 years maybe. And what I didn't appreciate back then, because I was a noob, was the armour. Oh my god, at tier 6 the hull armour is amazing. The turret is still good, but because it's square flat fronted, it's not quite as good as the hull when you angle it. But the hull armour, I would say it's bordering on being better than the Russian Tier 6 heavies when angled. Yeah, totally didn't appreciate it back in the day. Like I said though, turret armour, very thick, but because it's flat, some Tier 5s and definitely Tier 6s firing gold will pen the front of the turret, but that doesn't happen too often. So all in all, pretty damn strong tank. View range is not particularly special. I decided to not bother with a gun lane drive and went for coated optics, because these heavies that are slow, if something like a Knight, I always talk about the Knight, but if something like a Knight rushes you, you need to know he's going to do it as soon as you can, and if he gets within a couple of 100 metres before you know he's going to do it, he's probably maybe going to flank you without you even get your armour turned. So I always go for view range over that little bit of extra aiming speed. And to be fair, the gun handling on this tank is excellent anyway because it's so slow. So my recommended equipment fit for it would be rammer, ventilation and coated optics to make yourself a little bit more self-sufficient. I don't often recommend binos on tanks like this. I know some people would because the view range is quite low, but even look at me what I'm doing now. I'm not staying stationary particularly long because I'm in a position where I'm expecting to get spotted, because you're a heavy tank, you shouldn't be at the back of the map. Yeah, the binos are never deployed enough for me. Can't stand waiting for them, although in some situations it would be very beneficial, but those situations seem to be a lot less common than like now, when I probably wouldn't spot that. I don't know, I can't see the range meter. Probably wouldn't spot that T150 at this range without the coated optics maybe. Depends on his crew skills and stuff like that. One thing about this T150 though, he looks fully upgraded, he's firing high explosive, but look at the damage numbers. Barely anything. The armour on this tank is superb for tier 6, and you're going to have to make the most of it, because like I said, it's pretty slow, and that's the next thing we're going to talk about, the gun. Yeah, I think it's the Knight's gun, and on the Knight it's not a bad little gun because it's so fast and manoeuvrable. You can get it into a position where the lower penetration doesn't matter, because you tend to have sides and rears and stuff like that. Whereas this tank, when you're pootling along at like less than 20 kilometers an hour, the chances of flanking somebody are pretty low. So yeah, the gun tier for tier doesn't work like it does on the Knight, but there's one big thing about that: the Knight doesn't get premium matchmaking, the British Bulldog does, and we all love premium matchmaking, whey! But you do need it with this tank. This thing going up against tier 8 heavies, especially IS3 KV4, it just wouldn't be fair, I don't think. But against tier 7s it can hold its own, and in a top tier matchup like this, the armour allows you to be pretty powerful. Right, so that's enough about the tank. on to the game then. So it's not going particularly well at the minute. I've just been holding up this position in the middle, trying to get some shots off where I can. A bit slow on that one. Taking a few hits from that T150 fire and high explosive, and we're still pretty much on full health. I think that was a Fury. He's down, and I was suffering. Apparently quite a few guys were as well, with a little bit of glitchiness when the patch came out. They did a server restart, so apparently that solved a lot of the problems. I've not tried it since the server restart. Yeah, so a little bit of glitchiness in this game. Well, so note that VK3601 up on that hill. That's going to be quite important later on. Right, again, trying to get that guy to fall back. He's going to rush into the town against a box tank and the flat panzer, and we know how long hit points last against a box tank. Not very long. Box tank has a very big gun. There we go. Here we go. He's gone now. Yeah. And I'm loving the new kill feed. The one they had previously was terrible. One big thing about the kill feed, it gives you information. And what you really want to know in a kill feed when you get to the higher tiers is when something like a Death Star has just killed your mate. Because if he's killed your mate, you've got around 25 seconds to go and have a pop at him. Whereas the kill feed we had before didn't give you that information, and now they've changed it to a, you know, much more interesting kill feed. You can see everything that's going on, and it helps you play better. So thank you Wargaming for changing that back and making it better. And the physics, yep, you ain't going to see much physics in the Bulldog unless you purposefully roll it off sideways down a hill. Yeah, not much chance of flipping this tank. But the new physics are, I'm enjoying it. Apart from, oh, there's box tank. Come on, come on, come on. Tracking shot, come on, tracking shot. Nope. Round velocity on the AP rounds isn't particularly good. The APCR round's pretty damn good. Right, so box tank's whizzing around there. It's 3 on 3 now. Yeah, what I was saying about the physics. I've had a few incidents of people spinning my tank when I'm about to take a kill shot, so they can take the kill shot. Yeah, that's the only downside to the new physics for me. People being assholes. Right, so I'm finally going to rush somebody in the slowest tank I've played for a long time. Flat Panzer. I've face hug, which is a mistake. Gonna kill him, but because I'm not angling my front plate, he does pen me a couple of times there, but we take the kill. Rate of fire on this gun is awesome. Now it's 2 on 2. So that VK up on the hill and box tank. So our Cromwell, he's been at the back of the map the whole time. Didn't really have any confidence in him. But there's box tank actually blind fires me there. I wasn't spotted, but I spotted him. And that wasn't a bad guess. I almost died there if he'd have rolled high. Anyway, I did load the gold there. It is a box tank on a box tank dead. Don't want to get hit by a 130mm naval cannon. You see the reverse the reverse speed is pretty much just as good as the forward speed in this tank. Yeah, you pay for that armour with a lack of mobility. But you can't have it all. If you had it all, it'd be overpowered, it'd get nerfed. Right, so where is he? I think my little Cromwell friend is actually going to start moving from the back of the map now. And he kills box tank, so it's just that VK left, and he's up on that hill. Well, I thought he was anyway. I was so slow to get over there. The Cromwell whizzed up there to have a look. Didn't spot anything. We drove around the map for about 5 minutes. So, at the end of the game, I was just checking this corner. We're going to win on the team deathmatch rules anyway. You know, Cromwell didn't spot anything on top of that hill. And then smack. He's still up on that hill. But, game's over anyway. Yeah, Cromwell went all the way up round there. Had a look. Didn't spot nothing, so we drove off elsewhere anyway. So, on to the results. So a decent amount of credits for a tier 6 premium tank, and I fired some gold as well, so that's not bad at all. Obviously makes good credits. 2,600 damage, high caliber, and a very low ace, but I'll take it. Thank you very much. Right, so top of the team then. You know, like I said, low ace, only 1,500 base. And the Cromwell, that one shot on the box tank, that's what he did, but it was good enough to help me out and win the game. Anyway, so there we go, guys. British Bulldog in the store from the Dark Horse Comics series. It's very slow, but the armour more than makes up for it, in my opinion. Anyway, cheers, guys. Catch you on the next one. See you later.